Vienna. We are in, oh gosh, I don't know the name of the restaurant, but look how incredible it is. And I didn't reserve, so I got here super early. It opens at 8 a.m. So I worked my way here and I got in, which is really good. There's not even that many people around, quite nice and quiet. And it's incredible, like each room has like a completely different theme. It's like, I'm in like sensory overload. If you see the room behind me, I think it's probably my favorite because it's a little smaller. The room I'm in is opulent, really grand, beautiful. But if you look at the room behind me, the blue room, it looks like you're in someone's living room. Like it looks quaint and cozy. Pastry shop we're in right now is actually one of the oldest in Vienna, and it has a KUC in the title, and that actually means it was granted the official supplier of the Austrian imperial family. So they would have been enjoyed at royal courts, receptions, balls. So yeah, it's pretty cool part of history that we're in right now. What have we ordered? We've ordered the Sasha Torte, which is a famous cake in Vienna. Hold on, let me try and attempt to lift it for you. I'm getting better at this compared to Budapest. This is light work. And the story behind this cake is that there was a 16-year-old apprentice called Franz Sascher, and he was working for a prince, and he had dignitaries coming, and he wanted something that would impress them. So this 16-year-old was able to come up with this creation, which is essentially chocolate cake and has apricot jam inside of it. So I'm not sure what this combination is going to be like. Is it going to live up to the Doubles Torte in Budapest? We shall see. I'm left-handed, so it's not easy for me. It is in fact very rich. I fear it's not living up to the Doubles Torte. It was incredible. The airiness of the apricot that saves it, because otherwise it is very dense. It's a very thick layer of chocolate. And then very, not even going to say it's dry, but it's just dense sponge. Not to say it isn't going down a tray, it's pretty good. It's just like dizzyingly indulgent. It's when the thick chocolate layer hits you, you're like, no. It's intense. I did not very good pairing. I did rich chocolate cake and cranberry juice, which is like both very potent, strong flavors. So not very clever of me. It's been a really nice experience. I had one really awkward experience when I first arrived. There was a table beside me and they were American, and the guy was annoyed that I was, you can see back in the footage, I'm like whispering, like I'm barely speaking because I didn't want to be causing disturbance. Him and his girlfriend were chatting the entire time, so I didn't think anything of me chatting to myself would offend, but he kept going like this every time I was talking. It was so weird. But I was just trying to ignore it. It's really round, kind of humorous. But we are heading out.
Issues with commitment, your love and the endearments, all these attractions I know are distractions, 'cause I'm lonely. Can't be on my own, babe.
I was just leaving the restaurant and everyone was taking photos inside. I was like, oh, what's going on? Look how beautiful the backdrop is. It's insane. How beautiful. We are on our way to the next location. Even behind me, Cafe Mozart. So we're at the home of the greats right now. We are now in Palace Downs. Yeah, I think it's pronounced. And we're gonna have a look around. We are at the focal point of this palace, and you can see behind me the incredible frescoes on the wall. Shows you just how great and opulent the Habsburg dynasty was, because this would have been the palace of a military leader in the Austrian Empire. Very indicative of the aristocratic elites, their tastes of the time, which is pretty much just opulence. Just throw yourself back in time. This would have been where incredible balls would have been held, and actually it's believed that Beethoven would have went to one of these balls, which is like, where am I? Like, what am I doing? This is insane. We're heading out now. That was nothing short of magical. Like, inside of there, it was a fairy tale land and free, which is like music to my ears. There's literally bells going off right now. Vienna's magically musical like that. And we're heading across the road now to a little church. And if you noticed from yesterday, the churches are the most regal, beautiful things you've ever seen in your life here. We're leaving the church now back into civilization. So eerily quiet in there, and then you come out. Although Vienna, it's quiet on the streets too. Everyone's quite mindful, which is quite nice. You could hear a hairpin drop right when I felt the moment stop. Everybody moved on. There is quite literally infinite Christmas markets here. There's just one right outside the church again. So I feel like every chance there's a church, you're kind of almost guaranteed that there is a market really close by. Weary Bones, in fact, did catch a chill, and now I'm going to try it. Mysteriously blurry, so let's try again. Hopefully it's not, put a prayer up that it's not blurry again. But you can see what's really nice about it. It's sugar coated and it's got desiccated coconut in it. I'm assuming the apples in the inside. I'm really peckish now, so this is kind of good. Moment of truth. That's good. That's really good. What is it with that? Somehow drawn to like insanely large objects. I'm like having to struggle to into my mouth.
Just want you to stop saying odd shit like you smell a psychosphere or you're in someone's faded memory of a town. Just stop.
I stop making small bite-sized foods and feed a family or a single person for a week. You just walk through the first little passageway. It's neo-Renaissance period, but it's stunning inside. And there's a woman playing the harp beautifully. It's like magic in here. I think Cafe Central is actually part of here. I saw it from the outside and there was really long queues going down. So very happening place, very, very popular. But that's the place that would have been renowned for intellect. That's like the iconic spot. Oh my god, the most perfect horses. Similarly to yesterday, we were walking through the Hofburg Palace, I think it's called, on our way to the next location, but I feel like you constantly have to go through the Hofburg Palace, which is nice to see. It's very big, very, very wide. Honestly, outside is like an outdoor museum. Or am I coping? We just happened to be crossing by where we went to the Christmas markets last night, so I just thought I'd show you them in daylight to see how beautiful they are. I feel like it captures it better, but we're gonna go to maybe some other Christmas markets tonight instead so that we can have variety. Variety is the spice of life. I got sausage there, so we can try something different in another market. Okay, let's head on. But look how beautiful. This one looks like, it looks like the Disneyland of Christmas markets, and it kind of is when you're in it because it was so busy and so flustering. Like I was like, let me out of here. But yeah, definitely busy with good reason. Like they're immaculate, but just very, I was like stressing yesterday. I was like, I don't know, sometimes really overcrowded places, I'm like, get me out of here. I need to not exist for a minute. Green. I want them holding hands. They have the arm around each other in the red. And then they hold hands walking the road. See? They're holding hands. Sweet is that? So checking back in, I am now at the Austrian Parliament. I was wanting to find stuff to do outside because it was bright out, and then in 2 hours there will be no sunlight. There's not much to do in terms of outside activities, so we might just have to head to the next restaurant, and it will be dark when we get back, so then we'll go Christmas markets. I swear that little angel's doing the BTS sign. So rain has just got really intense again, so we're gonna go to a restaurant and get nice and cozy, and then we can head to the markets and get froze again. No, but I want to get maybe some mulled wine. It's like I'm gaslighting myself into enjoying it. It is quite nice because it keeps you warm. And I think it's the Christmas spirit of it. But there's one you can get in a Santa's boot, and that's the one I fear I need it. So that's what we'll do after. But I had to pass through the Christmas markets again, and it got so unbelievably windy. Like my umbrella was fighting me. But now I found a passageway, walk under, and we head to the restaurant now to get toasty. Look how beautiful the roof is. So I think we're gonna try some schnitzel. Heard conflicting reviews. Some people say it's really nice, other people say it's kind of giving chicken nugget. So we shall get to the bottom of this. Look how big this is. Okay, we're gonna try our glühwein first. I think it's our first one in Vienna. I've been yapping and taking photos and googling, and this is dead warm. Whereas when you have the one outside, it's ice cold in seconds. It's like super spicy and rich. It's really yummy. And also, if you can see here, it says Einstein on it. It's because this cafe is dedicated to Einstein. And I was trying to understand what's the significance because he's German. And I'm still trying to figure it out. I need to go and find some answers. I fear Austria is appropriating Einstein a wee bit because he doesn't actually come from here. And then I was trying to find out what the connection was to Vienna, and there was no connection either. We're just going to sit on that. I suppose it is the city of great thinkers, just not this one. What we got here on this massive plate is schnitzel. I think I got the chicken one, but I probably should have got the veal if I had looked into it a bit better. But it is an Austrian dish. We're going to try it and see what it's like. But apparently It's back to Roman Empire. Somehow made its way to Austria. The schnitzel is meant to be schnitzel is supposed to be bigger than the plate, but we have no problem here because they have given us the most massive plate I've ever seen in my entire life. The perfect schnitzel is gold and crispy on the outside and tender on the inside. From what I'm seeing, it's golden and crispy for sure. So we just need to see if it's tender on the inside. What's my impression? Well, first of all, I assumed it would be really hard to break into. Don't know why. The knife cut through so easily, and it is really tender on the inside, but it's so thin is what surprised me the most. And then the crispy outside, it kind of feels a little bit like fast food, and the lemon really helped elevated it. But it's really quite nice, actually. Heading out now, back into the cold. So cute. They have dancing. What would look like the little huts that they sell food in. They have one for kids. Just little bears dancing. So cool. How sweet. Secured a spot. We're gonna get some wine. Mulled wine from Santa's boot. We got my cup. You can see it's entirely empty because I met two really nice people from Austria, and I drank it all chatting to them for hours there. But I'm gonna head home now. But how cute is this? You can rent it and then you bring it back and it's €5 deposit. But how insanely beautiful is that? I never got to stay because I was chatting away to them. They were so nice. They were so much fun. But oh yeah, they also told me really unusual information that if you're Catholic here, you have to pay a tax on your income. And you can leave the church easy to do it online, but then if you want to get married in the church, you can't get married into the church. It's just so strange. Like, we don't have to pay that at home, but it's like a German and an Austrian thing. But yeah, the more you know. Okay, I'm gonna head out now. My hands are frozen. I need to get these gloves back on.
Suspension.